Good morning, everybody. It's the 25th of January. I'm going to be fishing today. I'm fishing a little bit different tide than I usually do. I'm fishing incoming tide, and I got out here a little bit later. I decided to sleep in, so I usually don't get to. I've got Harley and Brisket with me. Brisket, come here. And then Harley. If you can see the weather out behind us, it is super overcast and pretty calm on the wind. The wind's supposed to pick up around noon. I'm gonna give you guys a second and guess what I'm gonna throw. All right, I'm gonna try again, and I'm gonna throw a pink and white Super Spook Junior, and I'm gonna do that on my casting rod. If you didn't guess that specifically, you're wrong, but thank you for guessing. And then I'm just gonna show you guys this right here. That's it, the old Super Spook on the Corrado with the Waterloo. So, all right, hopefully I can catch some stuff on this because, you know, topwater is super fun, but sometimes it's a little bit slower for me and I give up pretty easily. If I give up, I've got an NLBN shrimp on a 1/4 ounce jig head. I'm gonna try that. So I'll see you guys soon. If you guys can see where I'm casting, usually, you know, topwater, you want it to be up on the shoreline. I know specifically that all of this goes dry when it's low tide. The grass isn't up in the water, so I know it's probably, you know, 8 to 12 inches deep over there, and there's oyster beds, so I don't necessarily have to throw it right up on that grass line. I can throw it further out as long as it's near oyster beds, which all of this is, and hopefully there's something sitting on it, digging out, you know, whatever they dig out, little crabs and stuff like that, redfish, and sees this and it thinks, oh, big meal. And then it sees it sitting there on that long pause, especially since it's a little bit colder, and it says, free meal, let's go. And then for the people who don't know, the walking the dog is just, if you pull the topwater and let the slack out, the nose of it will go left to right, and that's walking the dog. It's that zigzag motion, just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes, you know, you can just give it a little scoot. Maybe that was too much, but, you know, 6, 7, 8 inch scoot. And then the pause. I'm working it sort of fast right there, but that's just the motion I'm talking about. I'm going to give it a couple more casts here, and then I am going to maybe give it a couple casts of the shrimp, and then I'm going to move back further in the creeks. All right, next up, just so I can show you guys the bait and everything, it's that NLBN on that 1/4 ounce, and I'm using my Stratic on my Waterloo Salinity. It's medium heavy rod, but right now I'm sort of going through some rod changes, and I'm waiting on some reels to come in from Europe. So I don't know, probably next week or something they'll be here. I order them over there because they're a lot cheaper. So whenever I get them, we're using a different rod. I usually don't use this one because it's a medium heavy, but for now, you know, it works. Jeez, this thing's sort of jacked. Well, I don't know how much I'm going to be using this thing. It feels like the bearings in the handle are, well, I know what happened. Probably got beat up yesterday. All right, guys, so I'm back where I want to really be fishing. I'm still working the topwater. I'm gonna be honest, well, I've seen a trout jump, or like hit the surface, so that's a good sign. I've heard what sounds like some action of fish getting torn up. I'm gonna fish some areas in here I don't usually get to fish because it's high tide, so I'm gonna be able to work in a little bit further. My Stratic handle is being funky. It sounds like the bearing got messed up in the handle. It is the handle, so at least that's a cheap fix, but probably not gonna be throwing that as much. If anything, I'll probably throw a jerk shad or something. Whatever else I want to throw, it's gonna be on the casting rod. I don't really feel like feeling that all day. And then lastly, I really hope that the cameras look good, because it's sort of foggy out here. Even my glasses, which I'm still wearing because there's a glare on the water, are fogging up. So I'm really hoping that the camera lenses aren't. It doesn't really look like they are, but sometimes you can't really tell until you get to post-processing it. And the other thing is I think I got some scratches on the chest mount, so if you see stuff the whole video on there, hopefully you can't see it, but I'm gonna have to order some new of the little lens guards. Luckily, these Insta360s have that replaceable lens guard. I'm gonna give the Topwater, it's 1040. I'm gonna give it to 11. If I don't catch anything by 11 on the Topwater, and I know there's trout always back here, so should be getting hit something with the Topwater, then I'm gonna change. All right, well, my glasses ended up getting so fogged up that I had to take everything off down to my shirt to wipe them off with some Windex I have in here, so that took a while, but I have been seeing now some fish being active, but it is super glassy. Still got the Topwater on. I actually rubbed some shrimp Procure on here. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but can't hurt, right? I love me some Procure. Hopefully I'm gonna try and be real quiet and get on up here and get to them. See you guys in a second. Working slow. Just got to hit. It seems that it's always, whenever I do these like instructional videos, like I try and give people tips, I don't catch fish. Whenever I'm just out here and I just throw baits, I end up catching stuff. But whenever I am talking, even though I'm not catching fish, it is the same approach that I take whenever I am catching fish and not talking. So sure enough, I was not filming. I just got a pretty nice trout blow up. It would be pretty cool if I got it on film because you could actually see the whole fish come out of the water. But here we are. We're gonna try it again. Maybe he's still over there. And he also hit it 3 times, and sure enough, I didn't have it on film, so. Trout on the Topwater. He might be smaller, but hey. That is what we like to see. People catching fish, right? People catching fish on the lures that they said they were going to catch fish on. All right. It seems like there's a good amount of them over there, so I am probably going to keep throwing this. See if I can get a few more. Harley, no. But I will give you guys some kisses. No, don't bite. You get kisses too. You guys get kisses. All right. First trout on the top water. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. That was a pretty consistent bite over there, it seemed like. So when there's one, there's more. All right, guys, it's 11:41. I've been fishing for a little bit. I'm still throwing the top water. I'm gonna give it until 12. It's just one of those things. I said I was gonna stop throwing the top water an hour ago, but if you never throw it, you don't catch anything on it. So, and these are what I would say perfect conditions. We are getting near to slack tide, but it's super glassy, so, and it's overcast. I mean, what more could you ask for in the middle of the day to try and catch something on the top water? I'm gonna hit this grass bed, hit this, go back in there. Hopefully, I mean, something bites this. That'd be really nice. It seemed like, you know, there was maybe that like 20-minute turn on where I was just getting bites left and right, but nothing lately. But one of those things, you know, I'm sort of addicted to seeing something hit it, so it's like, here I am. All right, I'm gonna go up to these oyster beds. I'm gonna hit them pretty hard with the top water, and if that doesn't work, then we're gonna put on a different bait. I haven't really decided yet. Maybe a twitch bait or something. Right now actually seems probably pretty good for a twitch bait. Even the mirror lure, Mirrodine. So I'll sort of just, we'll decide here in a minute. Well, that last cast I just had a pretty nice slot red come up. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see it in the camera. I don't know if he saw the boat. I mean, I was barely moving, but it looked like he just swam right up to hit and then went under and said, not for me right now. But I was just about to put the topwater away, and now, you know, how can I do that whenever that just happened? At least that's a good sign. I haven't had a red go for the topwater yet today. And I've only seen a couple tailing. I couldn't get to them in time, you know. It does seem like the wind is picking up though, so. I guess this still doesn't feel right. Brisket was chewing on it the other day, so I'm sure if you watched the last video, Brisket was chewing on this reel while I was fishing. So maybe that's what messed it up, but maybe there was sand in it or something. sort of feels like it's okay now. So I guess I'm gonna throw this voodoo shrimp for a little bit. Or not voodoo shrimp, you know what I'm talking about. You people know what I'm talking about. Oh, man, come on. I mean, this is second cast and I just got 2 bites with it. I've been throwing the topwater. You know, you really hope the topwater wasn't a waste of time. I don't think it was a waste of time. I caught something on it. That red coming up to hit it was pretty cool. But just hurts fishing for 2 hours. Didn't catch anything. Well, I caught 1 trout. A lot of blowups. Just one of those things. It's also getting sunnier. Probably a good time to put away the topwater. All right, to up my chances a little bit, I am going to throw some shrimp juice on this guy. Some Menhaden, or not Menhaden, some Procure. You know, because it's been sort of a rough day, and I'm feeling like I need it, and hopefully it helps. Also, I've got a couple sand fleas and a dude named JIGS. Well, that's obviously not his name. That's his sheepshead JIGS name. I talked to him on Facebook, so he had some jigs. They look really nice. He gave me a few, wanted me to show him in the video. He's using the Mustad 2x hooks. He is hand painting them. They look really good. They're the nicest ones I've ever had. So I've got some frozen sand fleas. I didn't really plan on sheepshead fishing today, but if it comes down to it, I might go out there and try them out, see if I can get a couple, especially since I haven't caught a bunch of fish right now. But I'll show you guys pictures and everything. I'll give a good review on them of my honest opinion. You know, I've been using the Amazon ones, but I'll definitely throw his link to his Facebook ads down below as well. And if you guys are in the Jacksonville area, you know, he's local. He will meet up with you guys. I think he does 3 for $5, which is a lot better than, you know, I think most bait shops are like 3 for $7, maybe even more than that. Obviously they got to make their money, but these even look nicer than those. I mean, bait shop, you're just getting chartreuse or pink. He's got like splatter paint, whatever colors you want. You can probably talk to him and get whatever you want made too. So I will throw that down there. I'll throw some pictures up as well if I fish with those, and hopefully they're good. They seem good. So they've got good hooks. They're sharp. They seem sturdy enough too for sheepshead. He said the paint holds up pretty well, so I'll give you guys my honest opinion on all that stuff. It's got to be getting hit, but I mean, I guess it's little tail biters. It's such a odd feeling. I don't know if it's because it's the shrimp tail. Like, there was a definite jerk. Jig head doesn't seem to have, you know, wear from oysters or anything. I guess I'm gonna keep big old oyster fish. All right, bait change. Just going to the normal gold spoon. I cannot tell you how long it's been since I threw one of these. Probably a few months, and I think I only threw it for a few seconds. But this is sort of a tried and true, so we'll see what happens. I'm having a hard day. This is sort of one of those things, it's like, you know, people catch stuff on spoons. They're shiny, they get that visual attraction. The water's sort of murky, so I'm using a gold one. And I mean, I'm just reeling it in. I've already got this thing set up, so we're just gonna do it. It is that flats class paddle tail with a white jig head, 1/4 ounce. You okay, Harley? Brisket. Sometimes, like you try, right? I tried so many baits today. It just comes back to what you know they've been biting. All right, we got that Z-Man flats class special edition with the 1/4 ounce and minnows. Yeah. I was throwing topwater earlier when it was cloudy, and I caught a trout. I probably had 6 trout blow up on it. I had a redfish blow up on it, but missed all them, and then since then, nothing. So, yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. I don't know if it's it's like high tide right now. Maybe once it starts pulling out again, it'll get good, but usually it's pretty good back here. Paddle tail, little trout. Yep. That was just off the bottom. But I've tried a shrimp, I've tried a spoon, now I'm on the paddle tail. The paddle tail usually works. 3-inch minnows, Z-Man. If you got anything, the 4 inches are usually too big right now, but the 3-inch should be good. All right, I don't know what happened, but it got super foggy whenever I started coming out here. Looks like the base cops aren't running people off because there's 2 boats down here, but I'm down at the little bridge thingy, and it's super foggy, so they probably can't even see anyway. But I'm using Riggs jigs right here. Super nice, nicest ones I've ever used. This is a 1/2 ounce. It's got that 2x mustad hook on it. And today is a little bit different. All I got is frozen sand fleas. I'm pretty sure these things are gonna work, but we will see, right? And on top, I don't even know how to hook these things. I'm just going through sort of out the shell a tiny bit. Hopefully they stay on. We'll see what happens. Yesterday I came here, current was super strong. Buddy didn't have a trolling motor, so it was really hard. It was super windy too. Couldn't get up in here like we needed to, but I cast it a few times and I got some pretty big hits. Pretty deep right now, so I'm thinking that this might be pretty good. I'm gonna give these guys, these little sand fleas and the jig heads, a shot, and hopefully give you guys a review on them, and then hit this guy up on Facebook. I think they're 3 for $5 depending on the size, which is a very good deal from bait shops and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll catch a few sheepshead and we can test these guys out. All right, this proved to be a little bit more difficult with the sand fleas. I mean, this is my second cast, but the first one fell right off, so hooking it a little bit different this time. I got the barb all the way through, which I usually don't do. Current's moving. Might have to move up to the 3/4. Problem here with the 3/4 is it gets stuck, like all that rock is how it is over here. So it gets stuck like that on the bottom. The half sort of bounces off the bottom nicer. Not gonna lie, I almost felt like I got a little one right there. Trying up on the ledge. And again, that freaking sand flea fell off. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna go through these things pretty quick if this is how it's gonna happen. Some dude told me through the egg sac. I'm assuming that's on the bottom. I'm not very good at anatomy of sand fleas. And by very good, I mean I don't know any of it. I guess I'll have to look that up. You think fiddler crabs come off the hook easy? Try a frozen sand flea. I'm going through the shell with the barb. Maybe that's the way to do it. This is all trial and error. All trial and error. Never done this. All right, now that was a sheepshead. That baby tore it in half. And I mean, I felt him nibbling on it. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna show you guys, I think, how to do this. So shell, I'm going through the shell. So the barb is sitting in there. And hopefully they were like, oh, let me get that little soft piece down there. And they bite right into the hook. Get down, Harley. I'm not gonna lie, I've been here a second, I'm on the other side now. This spot's pretty good. I'm not saying sand fleas are bad, but maybe frozen sand fleas aren't good. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. I sort of like that it's like foggy out like this. It feels pretty nice, so we'll see how it goes though. All right, well, overall, I think I probably should have woke up earlier, but I wanted to sleep in. I pretty much know if I would have came out a little bit earlier, the way the tide was, I probably would have caught a lot of fish on the topwater. Not a skunk, still caught fish, still got a lot of blowups on the topwater, not a lot, but a good amount, you know. Tried to do sheepshead fishing, pretty crazy. Pretty much slack tide though, so what can I say? And I had frozen sand fleas, never done that before. So I guess after that, I know if you want to catch sheepshead, at least do the live fiddlers. I mean, that always works, so do that. And then I want to catch more fish on topwater, so hopefully there's some more days like this and I can throw it, or I'll come out super early and throw topwater. Okay, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. See y'all next time.